Hello everybody, the Timix back with more of Let's Play Motorsport Manager from the Ashes Challenge. Trying to finish it up, race 14 out of 16, so there's 3 left. And we've got a short turnaround and heavy rain. I think both of those are going to be good for us. The short turnaround because it gives the others less time to improve their car. As you can see, we're not nearly as good as the top cars. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so let's see what we have in the mail. Ah, yes, the old champagne story. He was just playing around. I don't really care if the chairman likes it. I want to keep Wexler happy, which, by the way, he's got 3 weeks left. So one more race, I think. This should be the last one where we have to worry about his injury. Car repairs done. And let's get improving our parts. Now we're looking at gearbox and front wing, and then the engine if we have time. So if we yank these out, we do have going to be a couple days left. Let's make sure we max those, and then when they're like almost there, I'll throw on the engine. We're going to max out that miserably crappy front wing and our gearbox. Let's get to it. Okay, yes, he's happy that we're in first. 41 laps, only 40% chance of rain. 3+ miles. Looks like it's going to be a long track. Steinman being the top, and the front wing is the key part. Yeah, we could struggle. Loving the suspension. Good. Well, that won't be too important on this one. And then they say, Nina Holtz says, we don't really have a great car for Cine, to be brutally honest, after they were just picked to perform well because of their front wing. So which is it? And we're predicted to finish around 4th. Anything other than 4th will probably raise the blood pressure. Okay. So we're not expected to finish too high. Alright, let's take a look at this now. And we're really close. So let's go ahead and throw on the engines. There we go. And that one needs the most work, so that's going to suck up most of the effort. But I mean, we're within like 1 to 4 points on all these. So go with that. There we go. We're going to lose a couple sponsorship deals here. Don't care. It looks like we boosted our car a little bit with that work, which has been happening in between races. I've been able to mitigate things just a bit. Now our gearbox is 5th. And our front wing is 7th. Okay. So our engine, though, is 3rd. The rear wing is now 2nd behind Scuderia Cine. They finally caught us on that. So we have no parts that are the best. Suspension down in 5th. Brakes 4th. So it's going to keep becoming a problem. But I'm thinking like the rain is going to help us. And we also do have a good lead. Again, our goal is to just, it's 34-point lead. Our goal is to just not lose too much of the lead. We could lose 11 points a race from here on out and still win. So, and I just want to double check the rules because I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've looked at this already. I'm just making sure there's no double points rules. And there's not. There are no double points in the final race. So yeah, we could lose by 11 points each race, still win by a point. And that's a fairly significant margin. So finally got some margin for error, but definitely still want to do everything we can. We're going to keep all of our drivers. And go with that as always. Stormy and 4 degrees. It's going to be frigid. Well, I mean, that seems to be an obvious go for super soft tires. Now it's 41 laps. I think I'll do that. I'll, at least work out the softs in case I want to do some things with, just getting the number of pit stops where we want them. But with it that cold, I can't imagine using mediums going to be helpful at all. So we're picked to finish 7th and 8th again, which is the worst that we've been. Wow, Lippinen looking great. Wuxer looking solid. I could live with that for sure. No, you're not going to use medium tires. Sorry. It's way too cold for that. And what am I doing? I'll reset that in a second. Weight stripping first. Okay. Nope. There it is. Sometimes forget that that engine has the more significant red zone. There we go, 360 and 390, only a couple of crucial parts. Now back to our setup. So predicted 7th and 8th for the race. We finished 6th and 7th. We've got Steinman in the top spots, as expected. Scuderia right behind them. We're competitive with Panther for 3rd place is the way it's looking now. Can we do any better in qualifying? Let's find out about that. Okay, so this is the 2nd attempt for me at this qualifying. Because the weather says partly cloudy. That's a lie. We're going to have some rain here. And you can see it starts just after the beginning. And if you look at the weather map, it's going to be wet at the very end of it also. Or the rain timeline. And those parts where it's super wet, you can forget about running a decent time on it. So it's about hitting the window there. It's specifically the window right in the middle, just past the middle, where it's going to dry out to almost nothing. And you want to be finishing up, perfect timing would be finishing up your qualifying run just before it switches over. And we had De Graaf winning the qualifying on inner tires. But I want to try to do it on dries. And again, you've got to hit the weather just right. So that right there is a textbook example of manipulating the weather to get a much higher qualifying position than you deserve. Now look at our competition. They're down 10th and 11th. And, Chapman is at 9th. And where in the world is Holtz? All the way down last. Now, they're going to push up higher. I don't think we're going to beat them for the race. Maybe we can, depending on how the rain falls. But we're going to be... we've given ourselves every advantage we can at the start to finish as high as we can, to not be behind other drivers like Schmidt and Surikov and the Panther drivers and so on. So set up as well as we possibly can be. 98 and 99% is strong for the setups in the top positions for qualifying. Now, can we execute it during the race? Can we pull off a competitive race with the other top teams? Certainly hope so. Well, hopefully it will be. Wexler being the quickest. So it's supposed to be heavy rain. Naturally, we've got partly cloudy. Yep. And it is going to rain. It's going to rain at about... each segment's about exactly 2 laps on this one. So we're looking at rain starting at around lap 15. We want to get through that many, 14, 15 laps. Then we're going to have rain, and we're going to have a lot of it. Yeah, we're actually going to want to go a little bit longer than that. We're probably going to go through 16 laps and then switch to wets. That's going to be my guess. And then who knows what at the end. Okay. Super Softs, race trim. Nope, race trim, engine expert. Doesn't matter what tires we use for him. How many laps can we get through on these tires? That's going to be the key thing. Okay. Lipton, of course, is going to take off 3 laps of fuel. Okay, says 19 to 21. So we want to use the super sauce, but we want to be cautious on them so that we can get as much distance out of them as we're going to need. And I mean, it's going to have to be a 2-stop race. Super softs, then wets, then something else for that last third. Or we could drive the softs more aggressively. The thing is, with the temperature being as low as it is, I don't think we can drive the super softs that cautiously. So I think we've got to go with the softs. Glad I brought some. And that also means that I want to switch to soft tires for Lipinen. I'm sure the other driver is going to start off on supers. Yep. So it's going to be interesting trying to hold them off, to put it mildly. But both of our drivers are at 6, 7s behind us and 6s. So it looks like a lot of the drivers are pretty even as far as how strong their form is. Here's Wexler in the pole position to start things out. Okay, decent start for both drivers. I'm liking it. And up comes Blanc past Lipinen. Just want to lose as little. Yep, Blanc taking the lead now. Maybe. Wexler fighting him for it. And getting it back. Very nice job, Dieter. Chapman already moving up to 8th. Where's Sarna and Espinoza, though? They're in the bottom half of the field. Good for them. And here comes Wexler. Yeah, Wexler is pulling away now. Let's drop you down to push. Lippinen, I think I'm going to drop you down to push as well. You're a second ahead of Blanc. And you're the important cog in this machine now. Here we come on for the end of lap 2, so we're going to drop to high for Wexler and to medium for Lippinen. If they close in on them, I'm going to try to slow them down. Use the backup thing that I almost never use on the tires, but this is a perfect scenario for it. If I can get the rest of the field, you know, just back them up. And let's go neutral. Nope. I want to stay with push to keep the tire temperature reasonably high. Because I think push seems to be enough to basically maintain tire temperature. So I think that's what we're going for. We're going to at least get through 18, and then we'll see if we can get a 19th lap. But if we have to go significantly into the red, then I'm going to want to switch to wets. Everybody who was on Super Softs has gone into the pits. Yep. Okay, we're going to go push. And we're going to come in after 18. Switch to full wets. Both cars. And then we have 23 laps left. Let me check this. Yeah. We're not going to make it on those. Not even going to come close. Not going to try. We're just going to want to get 12 laps out of these and then another 11 for the final stint. So we're going to want to come in on lap 30. Get the most we can out of the wets. We're going to be pushing those pretty hard. And Wexler only 4-4. Lippinen has been catching him up a little bit. He's going to stay in first, which is huge. Lippinen, does Lippinen stay second? Barely. Oh, push it, go high. I can't go high for a long time, but I've got a little bit of it here, and let's stay ahead of Sharp. You know what? No, don't bother with it. Sharp's on dry tires. So we don't need to concern ourselves with that because, and so is Holtz behind. Once the rain starts coming down harder, and it's going to soon, we're now fully into inter territory. Another lap or two, and we're going to be seeing it's going to go be wet, favorable weather. All of these drivers are going to be in serious trouble. We don't have to worry about anybody 12th or below. We don't have to worry about them because they're 30 seconds behind. So, yeah, go have a fun time there, Espinoza. It's not going to last long. The interesting thing will be after this next pit stop, can Sarnen make a move up further? Get some more points for our rivals. There we go. We'll be down around 30, maybe a little bit higher, as we come in for the last pit stop of the day. And if our last one's any indication, we should not have a problem maintaining the lead. Espinoza there, and Espinoza has stopped twice already. But we'll probably have to stop again. But Lipinen should be a few seconds ahead of Espinoza after the pit. The gap will close temporarily. And North having to do some repairs, so just a miserable day. Oh, good. 2+ seconds screw up on the pits. We haven't seen that in a while. And actually, we absolutely can afford those kind of mistakes. Yeah, we're about 5 seconds for Lipinen here. Halfway between Wexler and Espinoza. Looks like the water amount on the track slowly increasing. And it's going to be heavy rain for the rest of the day and even cooler. Jenny North does get lapped. And looks quite certain to be the only one. As we are 3 laps, just under 3 laps, from wrapping up this wire-to-wire domination. Is what it's been. Saarinen up to 8th. Chapman moving up as well. That closes our gap to 43 to 19. Still enough to give us well over a 50-point lead going into the last 2 races, which is, you know, we're not going to lose that much. Chapman is close on the tires. Closer than I thought. And is needed repair as well. Let's see what they decide to do with him. He's trying to hold off Schmidt and Saarinen. We have begun the final lap. Chapman a lap and a half to go. This is the key part of the race for now. It's going to determine how far ahead we stay. Chapman's going to gut it out. I thought he probably will, but he was borderline. So let's see if Saarinen can do anything here. Trying to get by Schmidt. Eighth place, not really a good look for Scuderia's top driver as Wexler crosses the line winning. Lipinen crosses the line second. Doesn't look like Saarinen's going to be able to do anything here. Switching the strategy back off and on as the AI tends to do. Basically, when it doesn't know what to do. Yep. Very, very nice. Dieter Wexler with the win. De Graaf loses a couple positions here. Rules violation. Lucia Flores as well. We got some cheaters. Ooh, a 4-part down, or 4-spot downgrade. The day belongs to us. 58-point lead. It's all over but the shouting now. 2 races ago, I still thought we might very well be in trouble. Now we've just got to run out the clock and not have a complete epic fail the last 2 races. So Rio is next, and if I do well there, reasonably well, then I can clinch the win and do the final race, shorter video in montage format, which would be Dubai, which, as we all remember, is a very long track. So that would probably be better for everybody's sanity. But yeah, Rio, we could lose some points and still completely have it mathematically confirmed there. So that's going to be the goal. That'll be up next time. Till then, thanks for watching. The conclusion of the From the Ashes Challenge coming up soon.